erase what it takes for it, pouring something to the world, willing to erase what I'd lose for it, to accept what I assume. So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot, searching for something, destined for nothing, losing composure over and over. Slowly bliss is the taste of it, poison deeper than you know.
All right. We're getting there. Another Wednesday night live. That, of course, is St. Ricketts. You can hear it a little bit in the background there. With Fire Cannot Burn is the song. And we will stop the fellas there. Thank them very much. And take down the screen and get us ready. I know it's like what started out as just an amazing technical discovery by me is turned into a disaster. So let's get that down. And we will welcome you. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Wednesday night. It's a little after 8 o'clock. So it is time, of course, for another live episode of The Yo Show.
Yeah.
You. I am Jeff the Shark Perini, decked out in Phillies gear as we prepare for the beginning of baseball season Friday, July 24th. It's right around the corner. Very excited for that. With me, as always, looking sensational tonight, as always, with the long dark hair and the black tank top. The co-hostess with the mostest, the sister from another Mr. The Heartbreak Kid, the one and only, Jewel Tatey. Jewel, good evening. Yeah.
Good evening. How are we doing, Jeff? That was
Good.
a lot.
That was a lot. It's starting to get to be too much. I feel like Apollo Creed in Rocky 4 when they announced 1,000 nicknames. It's great stuff.
Keep them coming.
Keep them
I need one that sticks.
I do like Sister from Another Mister. I do like Co-hostess with the Mostest. I try to stay away from Queen of Quarantine because I'm just pretty much sick of quarantine. So I'm trying to avoid that at all costs.
As am I. Very much so.
My girl Stacy Del Buno is on. She says, Michael Jack, her favorite. Hey, Mike Schmidt, ladies and gentlemen, my Mitchell & Ness throwback from 1976. Not only does this a Schmitty, but it's got the bicentennial patch, Jewel, from 1976, where yours truly was about 5 years old, and Jewel wasn't even thought about yet by her parents.
Yeah, no.
No. I got news. It's hot with this hat on, so we're going to lose the hat.
Okay. Do you?
Gracious.
It's a little hot. And I have to apologize in advance because, like, me and Jeff both lost power, and we're very far away from each other at the moment. So who knows what's going to happen. But
Exactly.
we're going to try to make it work.
Another unpredictable, potential, technical nightmare here on the Yo Show. Did I get all that out? It's a lot.
We'll work it out.
A lot of run-on sentences tonight. Anyway, good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming. We'd like to thank our guests from last week, who was absolutely nobody but us. So thank you to us for being awesome. Last week's show, Joel. I know. I came in a little skeptical last week. I just didn't feel ready. But we hammered out a pretty damn good show.
I think so. I had a good time. How about you?
I always have a good time. Wednesday night is like my Saturday night.
Yeah. This is my Saturday night because I don't go out. So.
I get drunk. I run my mouth. I hang out with a hot chick. Yeah. My man Mike Clark, good stuff, brother. Potential technical nightmares blow. They do blow. And not that good kind of blowing with the missile twisting. Like blows like sucks. Well, not sucks either. But anyway. You know what I mean? Mike, thanks for tuning in. As always, the Yo Show would like to welcome and thank one of our sponsors, Loso Brewing Company at www.losobrewingcompany.com. Woodland West Watermelon Wheat is our latest release, and the Hazy Dragon. Whenever things open up, they'll be in bars all around you. Fellas also, of course, are looking at a potential new home for Taproom. Exciting stuff to come. So stay tuned to the O Show, and of course, www.losobrewingcompany.com to get news on that, Joel Tatey. Joel Tatey, you say you don't get out much. I know you're still kicking back some beers. What do you got going on tonight? What are you drinking? Let's introduce it.
I mean, just my captain, as always. I don't stray too far from the things I know. So I like my captain. I like my High Life. I'm a simple gal. I tried the seltzers, but you know what? They give me such a headache. I tried because they're low calorie and, gotta try to hang in there for the summer, but I can't do it. They give me such a headache. I will get less of a headache off of Captain Morgan than I will those seltzer drinks. So
I agree.
They're tasty, but come on, man.
Not a fan. Very imitation. A little too much seltzer for my liking, so I'm not a fan. I'm sticking to beer. Being that I advertise a beer company that I'm locally associated with, I'm not going to even share the names of the beers I'm drinking tonight. First one's off to a bad start, so we won't do that. But let's introduce and let's talk about important things tonight, like our very special guest. We got a very special guest, fantastic local artist. One is a rap singer, but you can kind of be like rap and a little bit of jazz, R&B, a little bit of everything. Great voice. His name is Kuf Knotz. He's got a huge following here in the Philly area, Joel. He is absolutely awesome. Can't wait to talk to him. And he will be joined by Christine Elise. Christine is a harp player. The two of them collaborated on an album in 2018 called Higher Grounds. So we got a couple songs from that album. We have Spirit Walk and Lead the Way, which we're going to bring to you shortly. Joel, a little something on the artists before they come on.
It's first of all, the music's just amazing. It speaks for itself, and they're both fantastic artists, and I'm so excited. They just transcend every realm of music there is, and they're fantastic together. So I'm super excited. They've been on my playlist for a long time now, so I am just excited to talk to them, and I'm sure they have a lot of stories. I want to see what they're up to. As all of our Philly artists, they've been trying to get by in this crazy time, so we wish them well, and we just can't wait to see what the future holds for them and everyone else during this time. But they're here tonight together. I don't know if they're going to be together or separate, but they are here, and I just can't wait. We're in for such a treat.
Sounds real good.
Is that corny? Is that corny?
No.
We are in the
Like and subscribe. Smash that. Fine. I like beer. But no, that's great, and we're excited, and they're definitely spreading the message of love and peace, and we got love and peace from their
good vibes
management. Good vibes. It's all about. That's what we do here on the O Show. We're all about good vibes. We've had some good vibe, positive energy guests the last few weeks from Susie Corey and our girl Jody Valentine, and tonight more great artists. So stay tuned. Couple
and artists who work with other amazing artists too. Like what? The list is big. So we're just
the list of people that Kuf Knotz has opened for and appeared with is pretty awesome. He's going to talk to us about it. And I know Jewel's going to gush about it. So I'm not sure who's going to talk about it first. Remember, Jewel. But when real quick, we got a lot to do before we even get them on. We've got a song to play. We got some news I want to touch up on real quick. First of all, a very, very sad story. Sad to me. Somebody I really loved in Hollywood. Kelly Preston passed away at the age of 57 after a 2-year bout of breast cancer. Of course, away from John Travolta and such movies as Jerry Maguire and Tiger's Tail, amongst others, passed away at 57. Joel Tatey, wow, way too young.
I mean, such a tragedy. Loved Kelly Preston. I don't think anyone didn't love Kelly Preston. She was so gorgeous and great actress. So sad. Her, and along with the death of Naya Rivera, who's also amazing.
Yes.
Super uber talented, beautiful women, moms. It's just freaking tragic. And I just pray for their families, and just sad day in Hollywood.
Absolutely. A couple of bigger Hollywood stars lost way too soon. Kelly Preston, again, like I said, 57 years old. 2-year bout with breast cancer. Kept it very quiet, very much under the radar. But unfortunately, news came the other day. So condolences to family and friends of Kelly. And very sad. We hate to start with sad news, but sometimes we have to do that. We like to pay homage to entertainment because that's what we do here. Speaking of entertainment, more bad news. We do have to pull the plug, everybody, on this Friday, July 17th. According to the St. Ricketts website, our boys, www.stricketts.com, are canceling the show Friday night, July 17th at Bar 13. Apparently, the COVID thing is just taken over, and it just keeps changing, and the venue became an issue. I got the word from different websites, of course, Tom, Eric, and the St. Ricketts website. So if you're planning on getting to see them, like me and the wife were kicking around, Jewel, on the 17th, cancel that show, unfortunately.
Dude, and I was really like that possibly was going to be my first outing with this whole thing, but they canceled it for safety reasons. And now today we have even more restrictions. So, it's a pushback on everything, but we'll get there eventually. It's just a test and trial right now. So
absolutely. And we'll keep you posted because according to Tom and Eric, there's 7 to 8 new St. Ricketts songs out there. So eventually they'll get back out. We'll get a hold of those songs. We're going to play them here. We're going to have the guys back on. We're trying to do live shows. So much we want to do. And we love you guys, St. Ricketts. So be safe, guys. Smart. And stay sharp with your music. Let's see. 8:13 real quickly, Joel. Hey, let's do a top 5 list, and then we'll get to a song. Then our guest should be here around 8:30. Our top 5 list, sometimes we like to make it connected to the show. Tonight we have a collaboration or a duet, if you will, with Kuf Knotz and Christine Elise. So we're going to do our top 5 favorite duets or collaborations. I will start real quick, Joel Teddy. I got a tie at number 5. Barbara Streisand, Neil Diamond, You Don't Buy Me Flowers Anymore. Very sad.
You don't buy me
flowers. Very sad. Very sad love song about like when love becomes stale and people just don't do the little things they need to do. I know. That's tied to number 5 with a kind of a spoof on duets. Barry Manilow and Lily Tomlin did a song called The Last Duet. Interesting. Yeah, it was kind of a spoof. With some funny little lyrics. Lily Tomlin was excellent in that. Of course, Barry Manilow, a terrific entertainer. Many, many years ago, when I was just a young child, we learned that in music class. Barry Manilow, Lily Tomlin. Number 4, a song that I love. It's been redone live in concerts by one of my favorite bands, Faith No More. It's Peaches and Herb with Reunited. Reunited, and it feels so good, Joel Teddy. I never thought that was original, but it is a duet from Peaches and Herb. Like I said, Faith No More does it in some of their live shows. It's excellent. Great show. Great song, rather. Number 3, Joe Cocker and Jennifer Warnes with Up Where We Belong from An Officer and a Gentleman. Love Lift Us Up Where We Belong, Joel Teddy. A terrific song. A great duet. Joe Cocker with his great hand gestures there. That is number 3. Number 2, it was tough to get to number 1 because these two were tough. Number 2, Paul McCartney, Stevie Wonder with Ebony and Ivory. Talking about piano keys, but also talking about harmony in the world. A beautiful song by 2 legendary artists. And number 1, Ozzy Osbourne, and somebody who we tried to get on the show, who we have now forgiven for our Lita Ford. Ozzy Osbourne and Lita Ford. Close My Eyes Forever. 2 metal icons coming out to do like a power ballad duet. Yes, I am so old, Stacy. Thank you very much. But remember, you're older.
Yes.
You're older than me. Yes.
Hey, my list is kind of old too. Good list.
Yeah.
Maybe we should try again.
I want to try again. I was, the geekness of possibly getting Lita Ford on and watching me go the whole time would be great. Joel Teddy, your top.
Well, yeah, now we could see her in this format, so it'll be interesting. All right, my top 5. Okay, number 5, Lana Del Rey and Borns. I just never thought these two would sing together, and both of their voices are angelic. And it's funny because the song is called Blue Madonna, and it's very sultry and beautiful. Number 5. Number 4, Eminem and Sia, 2 of my other favorites. Beautiful Pain. Eminem did a lot with, he did a couple with Sia, but I just think they work so well together. He does some collabs with like other singers, some so not well known, but I don't know. Even the Rihanna ones fall flat for me sometimes. So I love Eminem and Sia together. Good duo. Number 3 is Sia, Diplo, and Labyrinth. All geniuses. LSD. They form this like musical power group, and I love all of them. And the album is just good from front to back. Like no filler songs. It's just bass. It's my like car music. So LSD. They have a bunch, but
okay. So LSD is the song. Okay. The whole album, or just a song?
That's the group.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's a collaboration group. Okay, I got it.
The song is Thunderclouds is good, but yeah, it's fine. Is that 3? So
3.
Yeah, I have some honorable mentions, but I'm just gonna throw this out there. John Denver and Olivia Newton-John. Oh my word. Fly Away. Like you couldn't get more angelic than those two. Like Olivia Newton-John was such a powerhouse in her day before, she had all those issues with her throat and everything. And poor John Denver. I love him. That was my first concert. So that's number 2. And number 1, I mean, I honestly didn't even know he did this, but it has to be number 1 in my book, is Bruce Springsteen and Bob Dylan doing Forever Young. I mean, I know it's a cover, but what the hell? How do you not love those two singing together? And Bruce was always compared to Bob Dylan in the early days, so them coming together and doing something that big is pretty cool.
Yeah.
He also did a duet with Axl. What the hell did he do? Something. But he sang with Axl Rose too. That would have been cool.
How about that? I mean, the two of them are compared to each other because they both sound like they're trying to take a shit when they sing. Maybe that's why they're both compared to one. That gets under. Nothing gets under Joel Tate's skin quite like making fun of Bruce Springsteen. Great list. Let's run down them again. Mine, tied for number 5. Barbara Streisand, Neil Diamond, You Don't Buy Me Flowers Anymore, and Barry Manilow and Lily Tomlin with this spoof Last Duet. Number 4, Peaches and Herb reunited, and it feels so good. Number 3, Joe Cocker and Jennifer Warnes, Up Where We Belong. Number 2, Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder with Ebony and Ivory. Number 1, Ozzy and our good friend, hopefully someday, Lita Ford. Close my eyes forever. Joel Tate, of course, Lana Del Rey and Burns with Blue Madonna. Eminem and Sia with Beautiful Paint. Number 3, just the overall collaboration of the group LSD. Number 2, John Denver and Olivia Newton-John with Fly Away. And number 1, Bruce Springsteen and Bob Dylan, both trying to outpoop each other with Forever Young. I tell you what,
little true that.
Too funny for my own good. Okay, let's get to music. Somehow I managed to squeeze all that in with the first 20 minutes. We'll get to music. Our guests should be here shortly. We'll talk to them, and then we'll get to more topics. And we want to tackle a lot of stuff tonight, so stick around here at the Yo Show. We got the first one from Kuf Knotz and Christine Elise, our guest for this evening. And this is a song called Spirit Walk. What I had to do with this one here, Joel, I actually had to take a live recording off of YouTube because I couldn't get the download. More wonderful technical difficulties here on the Yo Show.
Mercury is still retrograde. We're all good.
Excellent. All right, so we're all set up for that. Let's click the play button on this one. Spirit Walk from the album Higher Grounds. This is tonight's very special guest, Kuf Knotz and Christine Elise. We'll be back with you shortly here on the Yo Show. Enjoy. That's the intro.
By through the clouds, they're on my eyes.
If your soul loves the sun, I'm in the present, but listen to the elders and the spirits that already passed. Some can relate, but others might laugh, not knowing that they travel and refute with this time. Energy is infinite, and so we move way beyond those imaginary lines. I walk through the divine path in 3 lines. No coincidence, and blessings on my mind.
Sunshine, when lights right through the back of my mind. I can live in the sunshine, when lights right through the back of my mind.
Yeah, it's a path and I've learned it all. In the realm of self-help, I've eagerly grown in. Knowledge itself became jewel wealth, so I pocket those. I practice flows, master what you work at. I learned that. Search for facts. My purpose, I believe, is to do work and rap. Yeah, MC, DC, mind free, capturing the energy that leads to healing. Give thanks to the sun spirits we need. Give thanks to the sun spirits.
Sunshine,
Rock on.
when lights right through the back of my mind.
Mama.
I can live in the sunshine, when lights right through the back of my mind.
Rock on. Mama.
I live in the sunshine,
Rock on.
when lights right through the back of my mind.
If your soul loves the sun, rock on. Rock on.
All right. Fortunately, I got to learn how to cut this off. We need a staff here at Joel Katie. Let's cut that off. That was absolutely terrific. We do need a staff. But that is Spirit Walk by tonight's guests, Kuf Knotz and Christine Elise. I got to tell you, Joel, awesome. That's like sitting in a club, man, chilling out with a couple drinks, hanging out with some friends, feeling the beat. It's like deep in the heart. I absolutely love it. And just that quickly, let's meet these two fine artists behind this great music. Let's give it up for a couple of great Philadelphia artists. Huge following on Spotify and Instagram and all social media. Let's get it up for Kuf Knotz and Christine Elise. Guys, welcome to the program.
Peace. What's up?
Hey.
How you doing
How
tonight?
you doing?
Good. Hanging in there. How are y'all?
Doing great.
Very nice.
Doing great. I got to tell you, that right there is the kind of stuff that just puts us in a good mood. We love Philly art, great music, and I played that song. I got introduced to it a few days ago when Jewel mentioned you were coming on, and I fell in love with it right away. Our audio is a little shaky with downloads and stuff, so we had to play it off the live version off YouTube. But terrific.
All good.
So thank you very much. So let's get to some questions, if you don't mind. Obviously, the one that's got me the most interested is how you brought this union together with you and Christine. Kind of it's kind of listed as so many different sounds, rap and hip hop, jazz, R&B. There's some harp. Tell us how this all went down, because it's excellent.
Yeah. So I used to have a previous band. It was just called the Kuf Knotz band, and I played a fundraiser for an organization that Christine worked for.
Yeah.
So she was at the show. We didn't meet that night, but about 2 months later, we randomly met in a Whole Foods. Yeah, which is crazy. And she told me that she saw the show and enjoyed it, and said if I ever wanted to collab with a harpist, she was available.
He was like a harpist?
Have you ever done collaborations before that with other artists?
Myself or Christine?
Christine, sorry, with the harp,
yeah.
just being.
I'm a music therapist, so this is my first project performing. So I've done collaborations like in the music therapy profession, but never in this way and performing as well. So this has been amazing and a process of growth.
And you guys just make magic, and that's your first go at this.
I know, right?
Great.
Yeah, it was cool. It was actually pretty crazy how easily and how quick the flow started and the connection started. After we started working together, we went like right into the studio and recorded an album in like 2 months. And then from there, we hit the road and just been on the road since, up until COVID hit.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I noticed that, and I saw on some of your videos, you saying how much you missed the road, but you guys were like making all the way out to Colorado. You were in like local Colorado newspapers and just out performing and kicking ass. How great is it to be on the road? How much are you missing it right now during COVID?
Whoa.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing to be on the road.
Yes, miss it a lot.
Yeah, we miss it a lot. Just, the constant motion and being in different places, different energy, meeting new people, being like being allowed to share our message and share the music with so many different people. It's beautiful. And it's like a thing too, when you're on the road like that, it's like the snowball effect. Like that energy just keeps picking up and building and building. So we got into like a cycle that was pretty good. Traveling around and going back to places 2 or 3 times to continue to build with that community and the people there. So we definitely missed that.
I'm sure.
Well, I saw the Salmon Fest in Alaska. Like that looked like a major party. I just wanted to be there.
Yes.
They were jamming out.
Well,
Like
if you ever get the opportunity, please do go to Alaska because it's amazing.
When I get the chance.
And what was crazy was our set was at like 9:30 at night, 10 at night, and it looked like it was about 3 because the sun is still up.
Yeah,
so your clock is a little bit off because you think you should be so wide awake, but you've been up for like so long.
Yeah, it's pretty trippy.
So how's your creativity been? Just like being stuck inside, not being able. We saw you did the Love from Philly, the virtual stream show. But how's it been? Is it like do you get more creative during this time? Because we talked to a lot of musicians, and it's like 50-50. Either they're depressed about it, or they're like really tapping into songwriting and stuff.
Yeah, well, I think it's been split for us. Like the first month and a half, I'd say, we were not creative at all. Like there was no inspiration. It was kind of like that period where everything was locked down and we couldn't do anything, and we didn't know what was next, what was happening. So it was kind of like, along with just letting our bodies rest, it was kind of like just getting away from everything and even music and just like taking that time to relax and rejuvenate our bodies,
for
really.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I
And
think everyone needed to like use this as a little rest period.
Reset, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
for real, for real. It was, you know, as messed up as it was also good to be able to focus on other things, because when you're on the road, like it's like tunnel vision. You just focused on music, show this, that. So it was good to try our hands in other things while we were home.
Absolutely.
It's awesome. A topic I'm going to talk about, because me and you are in the same ballpark here. We both got this beautiful face of fuzz.
Oh man.
Tell us a little bit about the upcoming Beard Fest. We know Beard Fest was postponed this year, but you're on the docket for next year. Tell us a little bit about Beard Fest.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, for one, this is thanks to COVID.
Same here.
So-
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. It's been 3 months since I've been to the barber shop.
Yep. I have not touched it in 3 months. I got you.
But yeah, Beard Fest, man, we're super excited about that. It's a really dope festival. It'll be next year now. We were looking forward to it, but like a lot of the festivals that we were part of and tours we were on got moved to next year. But yeah, Beard Fest, we're excited about that. I played it in 2015, and I just loved the experience. It was really dope. It was with a different project, but no, it was really dope nonetheless.
It's awesome.
That's great. And you play with other amazing Philly artists. How's the scene? We know you grew up in Bryn Mawr, right? And then and then you went to New York and then the Netherlands for a little bit. Now you're back home. How is the scene different, and how is Philly so much better than everywhere else?
I had to get that in there.
Yeah, exactly. So the Philly scene, I've always loved the Philly scene. Definitely from at least my experience and opinion, definitely the most talented musicians of any place I've ever been. There's a lot of community within the scene. The scene now is different than it was before I moved. Just in a sense, I felt like there was more. There was a lot more outlets for soul music and hip hop. That's changed a little bit. The talent still is amazing.
Sure.
Yeah, but I love the Philly music scene because it's super talented all across the board, you know?
Yeah.
No matter which genre you're talking about, it's like top tier. So yeah, I dig it.
It's awesome.
And you've played some huge venues around here, like, I mean, most Def. Come on, man! Like you've played places. Like what's your favorite places to play? Maybe not so big venues, and I mean you've been everywhere. So
yeah. Well, one of my favorite is Ardmore Music Hall. It's not in the city, but it's a really dope venue. World Cafe, of course. I held an event there for a few years that I hosted and brought different bands in, a lot of local bands and then bands that were on tour. So that's always been a favorite spot of mine. I like Boot and Saddle. I like the stage and the sound there. Yeah.
That's cool. Missing shows. I was supposed to be at that Most Def show too. It's just, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it's obviously one of my favorites. So it's
oh yeah.
So a question for Christine. How did you get into the harp? How difficult was it to learn the harp? Is it an instrument that is a very small range of people can handle this? Tell us a little something about your career with the harp.
Cool. Well, I grew up playing piano. I started playing piano when I was about 7. And in middle school, I accompanied our school choir. And my choir teacher was like, I really want to take on the harp. you should take on the harp too. And I was like, who plays the harp? Like, why am I gonna pick that? And she's like, exactly. Like, not many people play it, so that would be cool if you did. So I started in the beginning of high school and played through high school and college. But what's interesting is I really like saved it for an instrument to express myself and like improvise and create, rather than in college I practiced piano almost 6 hours a day. So it always was kind of this instrument that I saved for more like creative expression. Yeah, so it's amazing that I'm playing it so much more now than piano, and it really has blossomed within the past 3 years. So
Did you start on maybe like a lap harp, or did you go straight for the full size?
So I play a lever harp, which is kind of in between a lap harp and a pedal harp, which a pedal harp is what people play in orchestras. So I have the biggest lever harp, and that's like the medium size, I would say. And it's a Celtic harp. And in order to change each note, you have to manually put a lever up on each string. So you have to like change little levers as you're playing, which took a minute to learn.
Yeah. Do you have to do that between songs every time? Or
Yeah.
is it just
So
Wow.
with a pedal harp, if you're playing in an orchestra, usually you can do that with your feet. And like a lot of notes will change at the same time just with one pedal. But mine, you have to like do.
That's crazy. I actually brought my niece a harp because just like you, like she's phenomenal on piano, and we got her everything from an accordion to a ukulele. So I bought her a harp, like a little
Whoa.
not a great brand of lap harp, but I so badly want her to learn because I just know she would pick it up. But what I was gonna say, so were you always a singer too, or were you nervous about the singing aspect performing?
Yeah. So in when I was working in private practice for music therapy, I was singing every day and playing guitar, but I was singing a lot of children's songs and songs to help children with autism communicate and socialize and learn different skills. So it was totally different than finding and like honing in on my own sound. So when I started playing with Kuf, I was just adding harp to his pieces and stuff. And one day he was like, "Do you sing?" And I was like, I don't know.
Yes, and I think
I was
soul.
like, I was like, she has this raspy voice. I'm like, that has to sound crazy on record. So I'm like, can you sing? Say, yeah. So it worked out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got to tell you, from what we heard, it sounds absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
So let's go back to you, Kuf. As some of your inspirations early on, who were some of the artists that you grew up listening to, and anybody you maybe compare yourself to? Who were some of your big inspirations in music?
I would say Tupac is one of my biggest or one of my favorite. The Roots, of course, being from Philly, hip hop, Tribe Called Quest. I was big into Public Enemy.
Yes.
In my house growing up, there was a lot of gospel music, so I kind of gravitated towards that, the soulful sound of it. And TSOP, Gamble and Huff, the sound of Philadelphia. All that's been inspiration.
That's awesome. And I got to tell you, the one thing in the world that people can come to a common ground on is music. I saw Public Enemy They opened for the Beastie Boys. I think it was like 1987. And I got to tell you, man,
Oh wow.
they opened the show. That's it. They opened the show, and they pretty much stole the show. It was them.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
It was them and a punk band called Murphy's Law and the Beastie Boys. And by the time the Beastie Boys came out, people were kind of sitting on their hands because Public Enemy already brought it down. So that's what it's all about.
I would have loved to seen that concert.
Incredible. I was a young guy, but it was pretty amazing. That's awesome. What
I
are
can imagine.
what are some of your upcoming dreams and futures, collaborating or separate? Is there certain goals that you have and things you're waiting to get at in the near future?
Yeah. Well, right now we're in the middle of recording a new album.
Awesome.
We have one we just finished and one that we're almost finishing. So we're really looking forward to that and putting both of those out soon. As far as planning for like shows and stuff, you know, it's crazy. Like it's a crazy time where like we have no idea when venues will be open. A lot of the people booking the venues are not sure, so it's up in the air. So we're just like focused on getting these albums done and then figuring out different projects we can do that have to do with like different schools, community centers and stuff. Because when we were out on the road, we were doing that along with doing shows. We were doing yoga classes.
Oh wow.
Different schools, community centers, and that was all brought into and tied into the project through Christine and her work that she did before joining the group. So yeah, we're just trying to figure ways to navigate this COVID, you know.
It's tricky. It's something. It's new to everybody. It's new to people
Yeah,
to figure it out.
sure.
We did it too. We had a studio that we would sit in live. We have obviously can't go back to that, so we found this, and it's a way to communicate with guests the best we can without actually sitting right with them. And that's something we'd like to do with you guys in the future as well. If you're ever up to that, when we get back out into a studio, I'd like to have you sit down, play a song or two live.
For sure.
And chat. It's
We'd
awesome.
love to.
Awesome.
Indeed.
That's amazing. The different, you know, outlets you find and just working together, like putting your minds together. That's, I mean, it's so crazy amazing. So, but you just released the video for Spirit Walk, right? So how was making that, and how's that whole video process? Like, is it tedious? Does it get like?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. We went to Asbury Park and Ocean Grove, that area, and just shot it. Like, it's a beautiful area. It was a summertime. It was nice out, so we went down there and shot it. I mean, the only thing that's tedious about it is when you have to keep doing the verse over and over again to get a good to get a good take. But I love anything, you know, film, video related. I went to the Art Institute for film production, so I'm super into that. So it was a lot of fun for me. I don't know how it was.
Yeah, it was the first time for me doing a music video. So like you play the song while you're doing it so that you can like match it pretty much or be with it. So at first I wanted to like lip sync it, but then it doesn't feel as right. So it was interesting, like trying to act pretty much, but not, and be myself at the same time. So it was cool. It was a cool process to jump into.
That's a big music town, you know, Asbury Park. Did you get a chance to play there? The stage? I forget what the stage is called. Asbury, the summer stage.
Oh no, we didn't. We're hoping to play. There's a venue there. Danny Glitch, is it? Really dope photographer out there has a venue that we're supposed to play whenever this thing passes.
Yeah.
Whenever, yeah. It seems to be the finish up answer to every question. Whenever this passes.
Yeah, right.
I got to take a moment and say hello to a fan of yours, Miss Vita Scott. She's been on.
Oh yeah, Vita.
Shout out to you guys. She's been watching the whole time. I had to give her a shout out. She loves you guys.
Oh yeah, she's good people. Sending love to Vita for sure.
Well, we could even share a little comment. I lost my comment section. Here we go. Here, I kind of like to give people a little shout out. Excuse me for my.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There you go. She said, "Love you both." It's beautiful. There it is, right there on the screen, and that's awesome. It's great. So, you find like they say you travel across the country. You go to Colorado and any other state you go into. Do you have to like kind of introduce yourself to a crowd, or do people just kind of get a feel for you before you come out and you just kind of jump right into it? And how's the process being on the road?
Yeah, so a lot of the places, it's been having to go back a few times, and you know, build a name up there. So the first time you go there, it's, you know, it might not be a full room. It might be a few people, but if you put on a good show, then they'll want to tell their friends next time you come back, and they'll bring people. So there's been a few places like that. But then there's also been places where the first time we've gone, we've had a full room. And we don't know if that's from like a couple of times we had like people put flyers up around the town for us before we got there. Sometimes local radio will play our music. And get people out. And sometimes it's like, you know, massive promotion on Instagram or Facebook. And one thing that we found is there's this one picture we used where she's holding the harp and I'm standing next to her, and for some reason it grabs people's attention and they're curious. They're like, what is this? like what is this? So there's been a lot of people that have come to shows. It was like, I just saw the picture and had to see what it was. And they're like, we thought it would either be really bad or good. So we had to come check it out.
Oh.
That is absolutely great. And I'm telling you, from what I gather, it's worth the trip because it's excellent. Like I said, it's very, especially for a smaller venue, club kind of place, intimate atmosphere. It's the perfect sound, I think. I mean, if I could share that with you, I'm in love already with Spirit Walk, and we're going to play Lead the Way a little bit later after we let you go.
Cool.
Tell us a little something about Lead the Way, what that song is about, and the things that inspire your music. Is it real life or just kind of just ideas?
Yeah. Well, Christine wrote the chorus, so.
Yeah. All of the songs come from. I know the parts that I've written. I could speak for myself that like they come from experience, so they are true to myself, and also like kind of help me move forward in my life and my way. And Lead the Way is really came from the beginning of this project where I really didn't know what I was doing. And I didn't know how to do certain things like radio interviews or how my like hearing myself. Yeah, like hearing myself in the studio, my voice inside the headphones. So anything you believe in, you know, just keep your mind to it and you can achieve it is kind of the goal of that song, or the mission of that song.
Yeah, and I pretty much just based my verses off of her. It sounded like she was saying like wherever you're at, make that your home, and be comfortable in your skin, and be confident, and know that if there's something that you want, you can obtain it. And so I just basically based my verses off of that.
That's amazing. I wish I had that song when Jeff asked me to be part of his program, because it was kind of the same deal. Like, hey, you want to host a radio show? I've never done it, but I would love to.
Okay.
And you figured it out.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you
Exactly.
just gotta be thrown into those situations. So totally
Yeah,
relate.
exactly.
And you guys are just a phenomenal duo together, and I'm so excited for new music to come out.
Oh
It's
yeah.
great stuff.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Like I finally got control. I didn't have control of my Spotify for years.
Wow.
So now that we have it, we can like comfortably put out new music. So I'm really excited about that.
Excellent. That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely awesome. And go ahead, Joel. I'm sorry.
I mean, I was going to ask a question, but you've just like opened up for some huge names in the
Oh yeah.
music biz. I wanted to know, how did you get some of those? Because they're just so, big established names, and
Yeah. Um
you said the Roots
so
is your favorite. So
yeah, earlier in my career, I was in a different band that was called the Burn Down All Stars, and it was like 8 MCs and 5 musicians. So essentially, it was like the size of Wu-Tang with a live band.
Wow.
And, and and so we did a lot of big shows in Philly, and we were featured on a reality show. We did a reality show, so we made a lot of connections through that, and through that project, that's one of the projects I got to open up for the Roots, for Common, and then after that, I did like a solo career, and I still just kept a lot of the connections, and then I built up connections through that. I had a manager at the time, and so we were able to get in front of a lot of people and able to get some good openings. I heard you mention Bruce Springsteen earlier.
he's my
I got to open for him through Helen Light at WXPN.
Okay.
what's her number?
Yeah, she's awesome. She made that happen. So yeah, that was beautiful. It's
That's
been
awesome.
a true blessing. And my one of my favorites, I think, though, was opening for Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That was at the Electric Factory in Philly.
Yeah. Great venue.
Yeah,
Great venue.
and that was through Brian Dilworth, maybe resting in peace. He hooked that show up.
Man, it's just like the people you grow up with, and now you get to like be in the same, even in the same airspace is crazy. But I mean, you're so talented. Like you deserve to be there 100%. So
Oh,
that's
thank
amazing.
you.
Absolutely. So we want to thank you, of course, for taking the time out to sit down with us and talk. Looks like we kind of lost you on the video end, but we will reiterate.
Oh yeah,
Higher Grounds is the album.
you
Higher
still
Ground-
there?
Yeah, we're here. We can
Oh, all right.
we can hear you, but we can't see you. But we're gonna cut you out anyway. I'm gonna give people some places to find you. Higher Grounds is the album. You can find it on
there we
Spotify. You can find it on there we go. Okay, you can find it on Spotify, Apple Music. Again, Higher Grounds. Looks like we lost them for the night, but anyway, let's thank Kuf Knotz and Christine Elise. www.kufknotz.com. It's KUFKNOTZ, kufknotz.com. We're on Instagram. There you go. We'll bring them on real quick as we send them off. And anyway, let's get everybody, the places to find you again. Spotify, Apple Music. Take a look at Higher Grounds. Check out the music, www.kufknotz.com. That's KUFKNOTZ.com. Instagram at Kuf Knotz. Kuf Knotz, Christine Elise, we're going to let you go. We thank you very much for coming on, and we hope to have you again in the very near future.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for having us. We appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Keep up the peace
Keep
and
up the
love.
great work.
Yes, for
Thank you.
sure.
Likewise. And the peace and love atmosphere, we love it. Keep it up. We'll talk to you real soon. Have a great night.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye. What a great duo. Very talented musicians, Joel. I loved every second of that. Kuf Knotz and Christine Elise, local Philadelphia talent. As always, Philadelphia brings great people with great stories, with great music. Absolutely loved it. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, you just can't get any better. We just have everyone we bring in is just so uber talented, and they're just they're amazing, and they're like a force together. So I'm so
Yes.
excited for new music to come out, and what they do. I can't wait to get back to some shows because this is killing me.
I agree. I absolutely agree. And it's funny because you had brought up your beginning here, and me and you coming together, kind of a unexpected, unusual meetup, and here we are, 108 episodes later, going strong, getting artists, doing interviews, and talking subjects. And here they are, a chance meeting again. And you just never know who's out there that is going to just raise you to another level. I feel like I've been risen to another level by you. I hope you feel the same about me. And these two here, two amazing artists. I know I'm doing all kind of hands, the Italian in me. These two have gotten together, and yeah, they did an album in 2018. Here they are 2 years later, still talking about the album, still doing on tours, doing videos and all that. So it looks like something that has really helped them both take off. Kuf Knotz and Christine Elise. Again, if you're out there listening, we thank you so very much for coming on. Jewel, great landing. Jewel told me I got some artists, and Jewel is big on the Philly scene. I'm more of a guy that just kind of prances around the universe, but Jewel sticks close to the heart to Philly. And you've done it again, Jewel. Terrific job.
Thank you. And we have to make it to that Beard Fest for
Yeah.
sure.
And me and him got a lot in common. He said his is COVID, mine's COVID. We got COVID beards. The COVID beard gang. Can we? I was going to ask him. I didn't get a chance. He said he played Beard Fest a couple years ago, but the beard is new. Do you play Beard Fest without a beard? Can you play?
No. I mean, if it's summer, some people like to shave for the summer.
I had to ask him that. Maybe I'll Facebook message him and find out. But anyway, while we're on the subject of Kuf Knotz and Christine Elise, we do have another song. This one's called Lead the Way. I know our audio is not great, but I do appreciate you listening into the music. They're definitely worth it. The artists are worth it. It's a lot of hard work that goes into it, and they do a great job. So let me take a second here, load that up with my amazing technical setup here. All right, so this is, once again, tonight's special guest, Kuf Knotz and Christine Elise. The song is called Lead the Way from Higher Grounds, and we'll be back with the Yo Show in a few minutes.
Anything you wanna be, make it a possibility. When you grow, don't go alone. Make the space your home. Anything you wanna be, make it a possibility. When you grow, don't go alone. Make the space your home. Anything you wanna be, make it a possibility. When you grow, don't go alone. Make the space your home.
Yo, throw me that microphone, man. I stay getting busy when I'm in my zone. You know the flow go oh so natural. 215, I'm in, or the 610. Songwriter, high flyer, my eyes stay locked on the gift. We shift to a space unknown, where the ideas are birthed and the songs are grown. Life's picture, one with a difficult frame, but when you adjust and breathe easy, human, listen, you can do anything. Goals accomplished, don't looking for more to obtain. We can share what we gain, spread it in a beautiful way. Spread it to the youth of the day, and pray that the future look better for them. Pray our intentions encourage them, and may they be the new change to lead the way.
Anything you want, anything you want, a possibility. When you grow, don't grow alone. Make the space your home. Anything you want, anything you want, a possibility. When you grow, don't grow alone. Make the space your home. Anything you want, anything you want, a possibility. When you grow, don't grow alone. Make the space your home.
Power to the driven, it's drawn towards the mission. So uplifting, yeah, we're gifted. The universe spoken, of course we listen. Using our words, the words follow the vision. Let's unite and make a true difference. Wildin', we with it, the vibes we bring it. Look, brethren, here, feel like heaven. Inspire, live higher, my fire still 7.
Anything you wanna be, make it a possibility. When you grow, don't grow alone. make the space your home. Anything you wanna be, make it a possibility. When you grow, don't grow alone. Make the space your home. Anything you wanna be, make it a possibility. When you grow, don't grow alone. Make the space your home. Space your home.
That's a terrific fade. That is an excellent fade out with a little drum beat. Absolutely incredible. Let's give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Terrific. Jill Tatey still with us? Jill Tatey is still on mute. There she is. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Yeah, that was excellent fade out. Terrific song. Oh, you know what? Let's bring us back on screen. That's part of the problem. I'll get it. I'll get it eventually. There we go. Lead the Way. Tonight's special guest, Kuf Knotz, along with Christine Elise from the album Higher Ground 2018. As you see right here, now available on Spotify, Apple Music, and so many more streaming locations. Always on the road, so once COVID breaks down, keep your eye out and check out this duo and their accompanying band because they're terrific. Jill Tatey, great job tonight. Outstanding. Love the interview. Smooth, relaxed, kind of groovy vibe going on tonight.
I know. I wanted to go to that show in November too. I should have went to as many shows if we've only known what was going to happen. But yeah, that was on my list, man. That show at the Ardmore.
Yeah.
We'll get there eventually. All of our amazing artists, all in one place. Party, party, party. We're going to have a good time.
Party.
Very Pat.
I agree, and I can't wait to get out. And like I said, seeing bands like that, like I said, a nice venue in the city, sit down, grab a cocktail or two, listen to great music. I would go nuts. That's like right up my alley. I know I'm mostly like hard rock and metal, and that's usually like the kind of stuff I praise. But man, the kind of artists that come on here and the music that I get introduced to on this show is incredible. And I thought the same thing, Joel. And I always got to be honest. That's what it's all about. And if Kuf is listening and Christine's listening, I'm going to apologize in advance. But when you told me who we had coming on, and I looked him up, and the first thing I see is him and a harp. And I'm like, where are we going here? But really great.
Magic Town is where we're going.
Yeah, really great. He's got a great following. He's big in the area. He's got a great voice. She's got a great voice, and the sound is terrific. The band is excellent. Keep an eye on them.
Our good friend Mess Around is a huge fan of those guys too. So, I mean, how can you not love that music?
Exactly. We heard from him today. Brandon Messon from Messing Around. He's already excited to get back on the show. Brandon, if you're out there, we love you, bud. And a lot of people gave the thumbs up when they saw Kuf coming on the show. Mike Nappy, of course, and our guys, St. Ricketts, and everybody just loves it. Mike Nappy, folks. Let's give him a little plug. NappyMusic.com, Nappi music.com, has his own line of merchandise coming out very soon. And he didn't ask me to plug it. Right, exactly. He didn't ask me to plug it. I saw it. Mike is very unique, a terrific artist, a great individual. He's got the most electric eyes you ever see. To me, in my eyes, like peer right through you. It's like part of his gig, man. Makes him super cool. But Mike's got his own stuff coming out, his own line of merchandise. Again, it's www.nappymusic.com, Nappi. Keep an eye out if you're a fan, or if you're not a fan, check him out and check out some of his music. He's got great new merchandise coming out, Jill Tatey.
I need a Mike Nappy shirt. You know, I tried to get a Vita and the Wolf shirt like 3 times, and I was on the site. Not that there's any problem with it. It's just I had it on the site, and then I got distracted. So, yeah, I need my Philly merch. And, guys, that's really helping them in this moment in time for these musicians. Like, if you love their music, buy their merch, buy their digital albums, like, buy all that. It really I wanted to ask Christine about she has an artist relief fund for artists affected by COVID during this time. I forgot to ask, but if you want, you can donate there. All the information is on either their Instagrams. So you find it there. If you have it, even the smallest amount helps. Everyone's going through it right now, especially these people who that is their life. Like this is their full-time gig. So please support if you can. And thank you. Please and thank you.
Absolutely, and that's that's the perfect way of looking at it. Yeah, I mean their merchandise is what they have, and even bands from the past, that we had on in the past, like Sagan, Hail Sagan, and like Hail Sagan and Lilith and Light, etc. They said their merchandise sales really helped them out. It helped them stay on the road and support their act. So I couldn't see that. I missed it.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
Oh, it's Animal Crossing. Have you heard of this game?
No, I have not. But
It's odd. It's very odd. I don't know.
You can be people's island. You can do it from China. That's the only place you play online. That's China.
Just China? That's it?
Just
You can play
China?
online from here?
Yeah, you can.
Oh.
It goes all the way to China.
I was looking.
Oh, you can talk to people from China? Who are you talking to?
I might find or maybe I'll ask them if they can what they sell Chinese.
Hey, love their food.
She was speaking Chinese. She was speaking Chinese by the time she's 15. It's gonna be blowing your mind. That's amazing. We should have her do. We should have her do a game review once a week on the show.
Yeah, game review? That'd be amazing. I only stick to like the games I like though. Like I like Zelda and Mario pretty much. So that's a good one. Yep, all the
Wow.
Mario games.
Teach them
What were your favorite video games growing up?
I was into. In the Stone Age, when basically video games were us drawing on a piece of paper. No, but when I was younger, it was Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, games like that, and Donkey Kong led the way for the future of what was Mario. But I like Mario for the home games. I like a lot of the sports games. My wife is obsessed with anything Mario, Dr. Mario, Super Mario World, the whole 9 yards. She's a Mario junkie, and she's great at her Mario games.
That's awesome. I almost beat Mario's tough. Like I beat Paper Mario. That was the full Mario game I beat in full. And one Sonic game. Remember Dreamcast?
Yeah.
I beat like a Sonic game for Dreamcast. That was short-lived. That system. Hang on, honey.
And of course, Punch Out.
This is a little.
Are you
this
talking?
is Punch Out.
I love that game. Are you talking to Chinese people, Joe?
No. You just like go around and talk to people and build a tent. She just wants to know I'll give it a shot. Oh, she needs to sleep. Why don't you let her sleep?
Oh,
Go let her sleep.
good
Sleep
night.
it off. All right.
Adorable. That is
Characters in the game sleep, apparently.
wow. I need to be a game character like that. I need my characters taking naps sometimes. It's pretty sweet. Joey, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, right?
The future of the
Dude,
show.
it's absolutely insane. Like, yeah, it's absolutely insane. The YouTube popularity of just playing a game, like playing a game like Animal Crossing, which isn't a great game, but they'll have like it'll be a dad and a son, and they'll like superimpose themselves on the game screen, and they get like 400 million views. Like, it's really insane. Like what people just watch.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We gotta start unboxing video games. I guess that'll be the brand new thing, right?
Animal Crossing, I have a mom in there, but she's a mom.
Oh, yeah. She has an Animal Crossing mom, so I guess I'm not gonna help.
She calls all the shots.
New moms.
But it's all that stuff on YouTube. Like YouTube is still huge. Speaking of YouTube, the Yo Show, check it out. Like and subscribe. Smash that like button.
Smash that like button.
Press the like button. YouTube. Check out the O Show.
Hit the notification bell.
Notification
That's
bell.
what you have to
Look at that.
Subscribe. You got it, dude.
You got it,
Before your
dude.
time. So, but speaking of old TV shows, I saw that you hated on Phoebe Buffay.
Yeah, I knew this was
What's the
coming.
problem?
I knew
What's
this
the
was
problem?
coming. And if you didn't bring it
She's
up, I was
one of my
going to.
favorites.
To me, in the history of television, Phoebe has to be the most unfunny, lousy acted characters in television history. Dreadful.
Are you kidding me?
No.
You watch Frasier and say that Phoebe is bad. Phoebe's hilarious. I have like 10 favorite Phoebe moments in my head right now. Like, that's crazy.
I bet you don't.
How about when she's trying to seduce Chandler? That's a funny one. She's
That
like,
is the only,
"Oops,
it's the only decent Phoebe moment because she gets into a bra.
this is my bra.
Yeah. It's like, okay. I mean, that. I'll give her a
Smelly
little
cat?
that.
Like,
Horrible.
that's just, no, that is
Smelly
classic.
cat is horrible. The most unfunny thing ever.
Oh man. Oh, one of my favorite Phoebe moments is when she has her brother's kids and she's like, "Can I keep one?"
Yeah.
She's so funny. I love them all. I love each and every one of them. I really love Ross. Ross is like my favorite.
Ross is the atypical modern day whiner. He is a bitch.
He really has some mental problems.
He does. Everything bothers
I love
Ross.
Ross.
And I get kind of trapped because I said, due to COVID, I'm home most of the day. And first thing in the morning, I'll watch Seinfeld at like 8 through 10 o'clock. I love my Seinfeld. And then Friends is on right after. So I start doing things around the house and not change the channel. And just there was the one on today where Ross was dating the girl played by Aisha Tyler. And Greg Kinnear was the boyfriend. And they get back together. And he's so bad.
Yeah.
He's a whiny little bitch.
Oh man. I just love it. I can always watch Friends. That's just one of those go-to shows that are one of mine. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like my dad, he always loved Seinfeld, but he never liked Friends. And he's like, "Oh, the laughing track bugged me," and it does. The laughing track bugs me on so many shows, and I notice it so much more now because he always says it. But yeah, that's the only annoying part. But like, come on, Monica and Joey, like they're all just so funny.
Yeah, the laugh track is truly it's something that is really grated on my nerves, and I never knew it until as a kid. Your parents pointed it out to you, and you're like, "Oh God!" And now they laugh at like it's almost like a timed laugh, and it's horrible.
Oh yeah, it's real bad. If you're a Friends character, who would you be? You'd be like Joey mixed with someone else. Like Joey probably would mix with Chandler.
I think I'm probably more Chandler because I'm not the one-liner guy with the ladies. Although I eat like Joey, it's a little Joey Chandler mix, I guess.
He's Italian, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm a Monica Phoebe, totally.
I think a lot of our viewers would have you down as a Rachel, but it's neither here nor there.
No, I'm nothing like Rachel.
Rachel.
She's like rich and spoiled and pretty.
He's hot. He's hot. Maybe I'm Rachel because I'm very pretty.
I love Monica, and she's like an athlete too. I love her.
Yeah, I think she's terrible. I think the whole show is lousy. Definitely, if I had to pick 100 sitcoms, it would probably be number 101.
Let me ask you, did you ever watch Sex and the City? Like, did you ever have to watch that?
Oh, I had to. It's funny you said that because basically the only way was if somebody else in the house was watching it. I've seen it a few times. I thought that was terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I don't know because my ex liked it because it would like get into the female psyche.
When you have a show called Sex in the City and you have 3 extremely unattractive women,
Careful.
I said unattractive women. That's all I said.
3. So you like Sam, Samantha?
That was Kristen Davis. Was the actress a brunette?
Oh yeah, they're all pretty. What are you talking about?
The other 3. That Sarah Jessica Parker's got a horse face. I'm sorry, but Kristen Davis. I thought Kristen Davis was adorable, but I just the rest of them
I love them all. It's such a good show.
doesn't work for me.
I love shows that can make me laugh and cry. That's what I go for.
You must love the Yo show then. That's what brings you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cry, all right. It's a tearjerker.
What if I cried? You cried. I think you cried and I didn't.
I did cry one time. I don't remember why. There was an episode that I cried. I can't remember.
I almost cried. Dude, Tony Chen, he got me, man.
That was some heartbreaking stuff. He was telling some terrible. Like we're not used to that. We're used to our guests telling us like upbeat stories and like.
And that was one of my first shows. I'm like, this is intense.
Yeah, man. Like, so, like, what kind of peanut butter do you like? Well, let me tell you the story about the time we were trying to come to America. And my man Ray Coleman said, "How I Met Your Mother." Now, Joel, let's dissect How I Met Your Mother. Yeah, really?
Boo.
All right,
No, I've never laughed out loud at that show ever.
But the end sucked. The end did suck. The end was terrible. Here's the thing about How I Met Your Mother. And maybe we can touch on this a little bit while we're on the subject. That one character can carry a show. Because for me, it was Barney, and Barney was hilarious. Neil Patrick Harris.
Who's Barney?
Neil Patrick Harris. And to me, he was enough to carry the show because the Ted guy, who the whole show is based around, I mean, he's like Ross Jr., a little whining bitch that never liked anything. And then there was the Jason Segel character. He was okay. And the redhead with the Hannigan, she was adorable. And I always loved her. I always thought she was so cute. So she was okay. It's acceptable. But
I mean, I might have watched it when it was on, but not. I don't know. It's not that funny to me. You know what show is funny, and I laugh hysterically every time I watch it. Doesn't matter how many times. New Girl. That is a funny show.
I can handle New Girl because I love Zooey Deschanel. Like ridiculous.
Yes.
I don't find the show overly funny, but I love her. I love her quirky spirit. So that carries the show for me.
Jeff, she made you. She made an avatar of you. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I don't know.
You want to show? Here. Wait. You gotta get it. Push her.
It's actually pretty good. Only it smells like it.
Oh my god.
That is pretty good.
Gotta name them. I'll save you. Oh my god, that's so funny.
Wait, what's your favorite color? I have to make a map.
What's your favorite color?
Yeah.
Red. She's gonna put pink.
Hey.
Oh, that's cool. Look at that.
Look at that. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Yosho Avatar.
So funny.
Like and subscribe.
We need little avatars to like advertise our shows.
We do. I'm going to look at this mug.
Oh, but your name is Michaela.
That's it. That's my middle name. My middle name is Michael. So that's me in Russian.
Oh.
Jeffrey Mikhail. That's pretty good how she did that.
That's cool.
Guys, I have the greatest name. Do you want to hear it?
What?
Just the Shark Marine.
Jeff the Shark Marinis.
I like it.
Marini the Shark. Oh, okay, I'll take now.
Jeff Perini the Shark. That's my favorite. There it is. Jeff the Shark and Jewel Tatey. All right, so Jewel Tatey, it is that time of the program again. It's that time of the program again where we look at my man cave scores of the week. And I got a lot of them this week, but I'm going to keep it quick.
Damn.
Yeah, I got a lot this week, and my man cave scores are basically any
Someone got their stimulus check.
basically any kind of merchandise that I go out and find that's man cave. Lately, of course, it's been the Funko Pops. I now have close to 100. I scored some great ones this week, Jewel Tatey. We're going to share them with them now. We're going to start off with the very first one. These are the Target exclusive blacklight version. This is Doctor Strange.
Get out.
Only at Target. And Jewel,
That's
they're black lights, so when you put it near a light, it glows. It is so cool. And Doctor Strange.
Get out. I need one.
You got to start getting into this. It's incredible. The next one, for your wrestling fans, and this is a big one. This one's hot right now. If you're a fan of wrestling, the wrestler is Bray Wyatt, and he's got two figures. This is Bray Wyatt, and it's The Fiend. Look how scary that is.
Ooh.
That's a
It
biggie.
is scary.
Very
That's
popular.
it. The little guy with the spear. That's what that
He
looks
looks like the yeah guy. Yeah. I couldn't even sleep that night after that show. I got three great ones, and I mean great ones to finish up. One's in a little bit of a beat up box.
I'm here for it.
Legendary, Jewel Tatey. Legendary. It's been vaulted. I found one. The box is beat up. I didn't even care because it's that iconic. Jerry Garcia from the Grateful Dead, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
Amazing.
crazy.
Jerry. I love
That's
so.
really cool. Jeff, keep your eye out. You know who I like at this point. You gotta fill me in.
I had one that I was going to get for you, and I totally forgot what it was. But I do have my eye out. I know who you like. If they make a Lana Del Rey, I don't care what it costs, I'm buying it for you.
Oh my god, I'm done.
All right, two closers. One would normally go last, but it's not going last because when you see who I got last. This one is a black and white version from Target exclusive, the legendary Muhammad Ali. Now they have a full color one. They have a black and white. The black and white is so cool because it's kind of like vintage. Muhammad Ali. That's a Target exclusive. I got to get my finger on the Target thing. Muhammad Ali and Jewel.
That's really cool.
Jewel, the last one. My heart, my soul. One of my all-time absolute favorite artists. This is called the Diamond Collection because it's glittery at the bottom. They got Diamond Collections now. The one and only Freddie Mercury, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. Look, he's got a new shirt on.
Yeah.
He's got white glittery pants.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah. The white glitter. Look at Freddie. He's got the white glitter pants.
That's amazing.
I love it. I compared it to myself, my Halloween costume, just to see how much I look like Freddie. I love Freddie. But yeah, that's the Funko collection.
That's so cool. That should be the centerpiece to all of yours.
I've got this whole rack.
That's really cool.
Thank you. There's a lot of spots to be the centerpiece. I don't really know exactly what, but and we're doing this every week for now. Eventually, it's going to cut out because I got to stop buying some of these things. I'm running out of room. But I thank you. It's the child side of me. It'll never go away.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see the whole collection all together.
Don't forget. If you can see it there, that is the. I mean, I know it's not a great picture. Right, there was like.
That's a lot.
Yeah, there's like close to 100. There's some on the sides.
100.
Yeah, I'm close to 100 now. Navigation step.
One and it's out of the box. What the hell am I doing?
Some of them are cheap. Some you get for like $5. Some stores had like 3 for $25, whatever. So you get some cheap ones, and you pay a little more for something. Like the Ali, I think I paid $15. The Freddy, I might have paid $15.
That's worth it. Oh,
Yeah.
really? Oh, I thought you were
Right.
going to say like there's this Brack Space Ghost Coast to Coast one. It's $70. I'm like, I'm not paying that for Funko Pop. That's
what you
crazy.
do is
But you know what I should do?
What's that?
Oh, I always buy her the LOLs, and she has some great ones. Like she has the Wizard of Oz. She has Michael Jackson. She has Beyonce. She has Lady Gaga, Miley Cyrus. Like she has all those LOL dolls because they make
That's
the little
pretty cool.
dolls. Like I should just start buying her Funko Pops so they can be for both of us, and she won't know the difference. But I'll keep them in the boxes so she can't play with them and just put them on display like you.
I like it. I'm telling you, there's so many. Like, just looking at what I got. I mean, obviously, Batman, Spider-Man, Deadpool, Star Wars stuff like the Mandalorian, Han Solo, uh, sports, Philly Fanatic, Gritty, Bryce Harper, Aaron Nola. You know, just like it's
Oh,
so
that's
many.
my, give me that chair. Give me that chair over there. That's what I got today.
Kiss.
My dad
Guns
gave
N'
me that.
Roses. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like I picked this up for you today. I'm like, hell yeah. I need
All
t-shirts.
right. Oh, Bryce Harper. He is rocking the major league beard
You
and
know
hair.
that one. Oh yeah, he's a wolfman.
Yeah, he's got some super hair. A lot of ladies love Bryce Harper. Joel Teddy, a subject I want to touch on. Let's touch on a couple. Let's go to some better ones, and then we'll touch on the weird ones. The anniversary of Live Aid a couple days ago. Live Aid, one of the biggest concerts in history. One was in London, one right here in this town. Of course, Freddie Mercury, Live Aid, Queen, one of the biggest performances ever out there. It was here in PA. Are you familiar at all with the Live Aid history, being that you might have been a little young for it?
Yes, and my dad had a bandana, and I thought I was so cool wearing it, and I did. I wore it every like field day in grade school, and it was Live Aid. And in the front, well, I used to tie a bandana like this and like wear it, and in the front was, well, it was all signatures, but in the front was John Denver, like right in the front.
Wow, very cool.
Woo woo, that looks good on you. That's a nice nightgown.
There's some Phillies. That's a nice nightgown. Yeah, Live Aid was. I mean, I was not quite old enough to go. I do remember a couple friends of mine had tickets, and I could have went. My parents were very strict. No way on earth they let me go, so I sat there. This year as well, but I sat there the entire day. I ate lunch and dinner in front of the TV and watched Live Aid nonstop.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, I mean, jeez. What did they have here? Live 8? Live.
They had Live 8. They also had Live 8. Live 8 was here at the old JFK Stadium. Live 8 was here as well.
I went there. Wow. What was I like? Whatever. I saw Jay-Z and Beyonce from like a city away, but I was there.
Millions of miles away. Exactly. That's kind of how it was. If you watch, and for those of you who might be a little younger and they don't know a lot about Live Aid, I don't want to discredit Philadelphia, but Google or go to YouTube and check out Queen Live Aid. The performance blows my mind to this day. Amazing. Just an amazing.
Insane.
It's a show like you'll never have again. I know like Woodstock and then the new Woodstock and then Live 8 and stuff like that. But Live 8 was just, man, what a day. And that anniversary.
How much did that movie nail it? It blows my mind when movies do that, like do big concert scenes like that. How's it even possible?
Incredible. They said, and there's a way you could do it where they play both at the same time.
Right,
or
split screen.
You're clip for clip it, and it's almost perfect. Amazing. And that's before I went to see Bohemian Rhapsody, which again, one of my favorite movies. I cried at the end. As we all know, cried at the end, even though I knew the ending. Before I went to see the movie tonight, before I watched the Live Aid version of Queen, and I watched it, on YouTube. I watched the full. Went and seen the movie, and like my jaw was dropped. And sometimes in a movie you're eating or you're chit-chatting a little bit, and you're not supposed to be. Nothing. Like the world stopped. I was glued to the movie screen watching just a brilliant performance. Brilliant.
So good. It was really good. He deserved that Oscar.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely incredible. Live Aid, one of the great moments here in Philadelphia. The Washington Redskins, Jewel Tady, as you may have heard, something that has been brought up for years. It's been mentioned for years, and it's okay. The Washington Redskins are going to change their name. The new name has not been decided yet, but there's a reason why. So there's a twist to my story. I'm not really going to the Washington Redskins name change. I'm going to the Virginia real estate agent who's on GoDaddy, who has purchased the names or the name rights for websites of pretty much every possible name that the Washington Redskins can change to. Have you heard this story?
No, I haven't.
There is a guy who has purchased 30 different names on GoDaddy, URL names like the hogs, the hog skins, the red tails, you name it. He now owns rights to it. So obviously, when Redskins come up with a name, let's say it's Red Tails,
Pay him.
you go www.washingtonredtails.com, you now have to buy it off this real estate agent. The reason why I bring this up, because I know you're open-minded and I know you like to see things through both sides. You do. You're very both-sided on a lot of things, and I like that. The man that purchases the names, is he a jerk? Is he an opportunist? Tell me about it. Like, how does that make you feel?
We don't know this guy's story. You know? I mean, he might have for a genius idea for one, but it's kind of an asshole move at the same time.
A little bit, because the name, and the name is, like I said, it's nothing new with certain movements and all. The name has been petitioned to be changed for a long time. And I know Native Americans had a lot to do with creating the name, creating a logo, and that's fine. But people have asked for years, and if they're going to change the name, that's fine. But for some sick bastard to profit off it, I'm a little tweaked by it. Ray Coleman said he's a fucking genius. He is, to an extent. He is a genius.
My daughter went to Neshaminy. My niece and nephews, well, they're soon to be graduated from Neshaminy, and they're also the Redskins. They've shortened it to Skins, which I don't think makes it any better. They just need to change it, especially if the NFL team is changing their name. They need to follow suit. But yeah, like I have a magnet just because I was given it, and it just said like Skins, and you want to support, but it's like
right. So Ray Coleman, you're out there. Go to GoDaddy right now and start buying names like Neshaminy Red Warriors, Neshaminy Warriors, Neshaminy Red Tails. Buy them up, because apparently Neshaminy School's got to buy a new website name for their team as well. I'm both ends on it. I think it's a little crazy, but the name change, and everybody hooling Howard about it, and everybody hates Dan Snyder and he's the worst owner. He's going to make a fortune. He's going to make a fortune. When he changes the name, new people are going to come around. So I got a little something from Tara Fasano Busby, ladies and gentlemen. I think the guy is a greedy millionaire who just wants more power. Probably doesn't even like football, or the guys that like to play football in red uniforms. Well, the guy that buys the names, I can agree. Probably may not know a lot about NFL, but just found an opportunity. The owner is, like most owners, they're greedy. They want to sell a product. I'll twist that to certain owners. Like when Jeffrey Lurie bought the Eagles, he wanted to own a football team. He wanted to win a Super Bowl. And there's a lot of owners like that out there. There's a lot of owners, to them, it's all about dollars and cents. It's all just a profit turn. And the Redskins, to me, whatever their name is going to be, they're going to turn profit because they did the politically correct thing and change the name. So more companies are going to invest and sponsor. They got a whole new line of merchandise that people are going to buy. And now they're the good souls for doing the right thing, and people are going to buy tickets and go back to the game. You didn't solve much. You made a rich man richer. Am I correct?
Yeah, I mean, is this guy a millionaire? Do we know that for sure?
The real estate guy that bought the names, I don't know. I can only assume because they said, but I mean, if you're buying domain names like I bought the Yosho or Yosho 215, I forget which one I bought. But anyway, I think I paid $14 for it per year. All right, it's $14 a year, doesn't sound like a lot. This guy bought like 30 some names. That's a lot of coin.
That is. It'd be funny if he was just some like Joe Schmo from nowhere who bought it.
It'd be funnier if they didn't pick a single name that he bought.
Yeah,
like
right.
The Washington water balloons or something like that.
They were saying they were going to make it like DC something. So then he'd be really sunk.
Yeah, because everything he bought is Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And so DC's not helping much. I want to see him lose. I'm sorry. I always root for the underdog. I want this real estate guy to lose.
Yeah, I don't like that when you're purposely trying to put someone out. Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
They're already having a hard time, like, trying to change everything. Like, this is just going to be an extra expense.
Basically, with the money they spend,
Yeah,
I'm
not
sure
that they don't have it.
right, yeah, true. And I'm sure he's got investigators out looking at every website name that's already bought, and he's trying to find a name. How about the Washington Yo Show? I get this shit up cheap. Give me $50 and some barbecue ribs, and you can have it.
Jeff, do you get scared that if you say certain things, people will just shut you up?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, especially on like platforms like YouTube and stuff like that, like if you say the wrong thing or if you say too much about the wrong thing, you're getting shut down, like shut down quick. Like, how does that even happen?
Well, there's a lot of protection.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of investigating that goes into things. Like I said, we keep it pretty much down the line here. We don't talk politics, religion. We don't get that involved in the news because we like it straight and narrow. I think one of the things that Jewel is touching on, and I don't know if anybody has seen this yet, and I'm not going to say too much about it, but the big thing right now on YouTube is the video Out of the Shadows, Jewel Tavy. And I know you're going to hide your eyes and all, and I don't know. I seen it. I don't know what's true about it. I don't know what's fake about it. All I'm going to say is I saw Out of the Shadows. All I'm going to say is I'm a little creeped out about it.
I'm still creeped out. I'm like not okay.
Right. I'm not okay. If you're going to watch, and I'm going to advertise it. I will.
Because you can find it because they keep deleting it is the thing. So it's called a different thing every time. It's been taken down like a lot of times.
It's currently called Out of the Shadows, and it is a conspiracy theorist dream. Talks about a lot of different items. I'm not going to get into the items. Talks about a lot of things that when you stop and watch, you're like, oh my God. So watch it in the daytime when it's bright and sunny.
Yep, that's what I did. I'm so freaking freaked out.
I watched it late at night, and I was a little freaked out.
I usually watch conspiracy theories with my niece, and then we ended up watching them like late at night, and we freak ourselves out. Like, I can't do that. Like, today was better, but now I've had time to process it, and I'm still freaked out. Like, it's insane. Like, those videos are real, though. Like, that's them, and they're there, and they're doing those things. Like,
yeah,
how do you fake that? Like, it wasn't a big production where it was like, you know, oh, this is Photoshop. No, like,
right.
They're saying those things that are in the pictures. Those cakes. What was that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know.
The cakes.
The cakes. I don't know. And it's not like it's some of your bread and butter feel good performers.
Yeah, like my favorites. My favorite. Yeah, like, what the hell?
Some terrific artists and people.
Thank God Bruce wasn't involved. Bruce was not a part of any of these videos.
Artists that like your kids love, like your kids like idolize these people, and you're like,
yep.
The one thing I remember, one part of the movie, because if you haven't seen it, I want to spoil it. And this one's not too crazy, but they were talking about like how the government tried to put subliminal messages in the movies. Top Gun was made to glorify the military to have more people want to join the military. So here's Top Gun as this feel-good, cushy military movie.
I didn't see that part.
No?
I saw the Recruit was one, and Zoolander.
Oh, the Recruit. Yeah, Zoolander was weird. The Recruit was weird.
Ooh, I never saw that. Now I might have to watch.
The Recruit was weird.
Dude, just guys, do me a favor. I don't follow her. You know, I didn't watch American Idol because I love music, obviously. Like, I love discovering people who have talent who aren't big. So, do me a favor and just go on Katy Perry's Instagram and scroll through.
Really? Like right now?
Just her Instagram. I mean, for years. Like, you're like, what
She's so
hell
cute.
is
So
this?
She's so cute. I got to take a look now. She's
Jeff,
adorable.
no, it's a rabbit hole. Like, I got caught in this
Rabbit hole.
rabbit hole of like,
Again.
I was so creeped out just by her Instagram, and it wasn't anything. It was just her posts for like
What? I got to the second
Exactly.
one. I got to the second one, the smile one, and I'm creeped out beyond belief.
Oh yeah, the new ones are weird, but her past 2 tours, so it's a thing. She gets a tattoo every tour she does. Guess what her past 2 tours were? Well, the second to last one was Prismatic Tour, and then the last one was the Witness Tour, and it's all this. Like, you're just blatantly that.
Wow.
It's scary. It's really scary. And it's all
Wow.
over. And she's selling this crap. And then she's with people who, are just in it. It's creepy AF.
Wow. It is. It's
Look
creepy.
at you.
It is creepy AF. Speaking of creepy AF and Instagram and conspiracy theories and things that really make me wonder. We touched on it, but now I got so much more heart into it. The Britney Spears saga, Jewel Tatey, is growing serious legs.
Like now, all of a sudden, too, it's like it just started happening really bad recently.
One of the things that I noticed, like they're saying that Britney is totally legally controlled by her father.
Yeah.
Allegedly. I will say that here, allegedly, because I don't really know.
The conservatorship.
A conservatorship. Thank you. That's the word that I was looking for here. Apparently, anywhere you post the Free Britney hashtag, it gets shut down.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to say Free Britney.
No.
$1.1 million a year in fees just for the father's conservatorship. You say it better than I do. And her father owns all her rights. Now, I'm trying to find the list of things that she can't do. Now, these are a list of things that Britney Spears legally cannot do. And if she's caught doing these, she'll be put into a mental hospital.
Right.
A mental hospital. Check these out. Britney Spears, 38-year-old woman who is not allowed to do the following without her father's permission, or he can legally lock her up in a mental health facility. Check these out. This will blow your mind. Drive a car. Vote. Get married. Have children. Spend her own money. See how her money is being spent. See her children. But she has 30% custody of the boys due to her dad assaulting one of her sons. Allegedly. She can't leave her home, hire her own lawyer, have any control over her career, speak about the conservatorship publicly, do interviews that aren't scripted, and all final cuts are approved by her father as well. Use a cell phone without being monitored, use social media unmonitored, contact anyone without being monitored or having them extremely vetted. She had Iggy Azalea allegedly had her house searched for drugs, top to bottom. They collaborated on song games. Can't go shopping, can't go for a walk, can't get Starbucks. And recently, she was caught driving to an In-N-Out Burger for a goddamn sandwich and spent 3 months in a mental health facility. It's more out of hand than we joked about, Jewel. What's going on?
And her posts have been so freaky. We talked about it last week, but all right, guys, we all know social media at this point. Like, it's not a good look to like post the same outfit, especially if you are worth $250 million. Like, you shouldn't be posting pictures with the same outfit. So she has been and doing these creepy dances, and her eyes are very rapid. Like nothing in her eyes, and it seems like all her makeup is smudged and running, and she's just. I mean, she's in shape, but she's not in like Britney shape. You know what I mean? Like she can always dance, and she was always in excellent shape. So and her hair is a mess because that kind of hair needs so much maintenance. I don't know if people realize how much maintenance that kind of bleach blonde, you know, long blonde extensions need, but they need like constant maintenance to upkeep. And that's just what you get. I mean, but she's Britney Spears. Like, don't you think she could handle that? Like, she could have someone come to her house and fix that, or like fix her makeup. No,
Right.
well, in the one picture which she posted, and she posted the same outfit like 5 times in 2 weeks, besides the weird dancing ones. It literally, I mean, I didn't believe it until I like zoomed in. I'm like, damn, that's creepy. Like, yeah, your mascara gets smudged, but it literally spelled
It's always
911. Call 911. Like, what? What are we supposed to do with that?
there was the rumor, again, rumor, I say alleged, because it is what it is. I'm not there, I don't know. There was the alleged rumor that a lot of her fans were commenting, Brittany, if you're in trouble, wear yellow in your next video and blink twice real fast. And everybody is saying the very next video was yellow, and she came on and blinked it up like she's calling for help.
It's so freaking weird. And the one she's given like an interview to herself, she's like, well, my favorite color is yellow, and I love the song Toxic because it's my favorite, because she keeps rocking back and forth like and just looking so vapid. Girl needs help, and we're probably going to get shut down just for talking about this shit, but it's just that crazy. Like,
Maybe. And I'll tell you this, and I'm of age to know this, and you might know it if you follow the band enough, you'll know this. First of all, I'm going to put this up. Free Britney. Free Britney. The comparison that I have made to a few people, and once I say this, people are like, wow, yeah. The Beach Boys and Brian Wilson.
mhm.
If you don't know the story, Wilson obviously was big into drugs in the 60s. It hindered his creativity. It stalled him from touring and hurt the relationship the whole 9 yards. During his attempt at coming back in the 70s or the 80s, timeline a little foggy, he met a supposed doctor, and this doctor took him in. Ray Coleman said, free Britney, right, you're right. I love me some Britney. But Brian Wilson was being controlled by this handler, supposedly a doctor, who's giving him medication, telling him what to eat, telling him where to go, making him create music, locking him in rooms, locking him in closets. To me, that's the same thing I'm seeing here. I'm seeing the exact same thing. Am I wrong?
Well, look at Lindsay Lohan or Amanda Bynes, who are America's sweetheart. They couldn't have shoved those girls into more things. You know who else they did that to? Miley Cyrus. And Miley Cyrus had to change her image so drastically from Hannah Montana to this freaking finger-licking, I'm going to grind up on Robin Thicke. But it was the same thing, sticking her tongue out and shit. It's like, she didn't do that before. And it's not just growing up. You can grow up in a classy way. Like, it's like these sexualized images they try to put Britney in. Like, Britney can actually sing, and they dumbed her voice down so bad.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing.
She
got
couldn't
this
even
voice.
sing properly on tour. It's like, I want to
Yeah.
go see Britney Spears. I grew up with the girl. You know what I mean? I had my first slow dance to Britney Spears, but I'm not going to pay $100 ticket for someone who's just lip singing. I'm sorry, I'm not.
Yeah.
So it's just weird that all of these big, mega, little girl stars that started on Mickey Mouse Club and shit like that had these major, major breakdowns. Closing
Agreed.
it. What are you doing?
I would
Yeah.
catch it. I would catch this episode while you can, because it might get shut down. Forever.
It might. It really might.
I'm excited to watch this and see when I'm like,
You should do what you're like, because you're awesome. You're one of the highlights of this show.
He said you're awesome. Thank
Ray,
you.
Ray Coleman agrees that Katy Perry should never have cut her hair or ruined her career, but I think that's what the devil wanted, apparently.
Yeah. Have you seen her videos? They're like, the
Wow.
last one, she's in hell literally eating people. Like, you gonna talk about that? That's a video. That's her last video. Everyone's in devil horns and she's eating a person.
That's some weird shit. It really is some weird
I
shit.
can't. I am just. You can't. Our show's going to get shut down.
There's another one out there called the End of the Cabal, CABAL. Somebody told me earlier today. I don't know what that one is.
Oh, is that a video?
Yeah.
Guys, you can't even find this Out of the Shadow shit. I found it in French. Like, it was in French. It was dubbed in French. I just had to do my best. So,
My wife found it. I'm an innocent bystander. I didn't even know it was on. She tied
Yeah.
me to the couch and made me watch it.
dude, I want a conspiracy theorist on.
Yeah,
There's
see,
some
Ray
shit.
Coleman. Ray Coleman said, "Creepy. What's the clown one about?" I don't know. It's
Who
weird
forget?
shit, man.
And she's all
Smart-
pregnant now. She didn't have that baby yet.
I wish it was
She's
mine.
pregnant.
I wish it was mine.
And spawn of Satan's what she's gonna.
That is. It's gonna have a little 666 on its head, like Damien. Scary. Oh god, it's like I'm scared because like I do the show down like in my basement, and it's like all quiet and creepy down here. And I got a couple of beers in me now. And
Out. Where are my tarot cards?
I'm looking at these Funko Pops, and like they're all gonna come to life. We talked about that last week. About,
They kill
no.
Everyone
Wow.
and my friend.
That was like an intense last like 15 minutes on the Yo show. That's pretty intense.
Oh yeah, it's almost over. You know, when you go down this route.
No, Jesus. Excuse me. Let's talk about next week. We got a great show. We're back next Wednesday. We have a local band coming on. Adam and Park. Jill Teddy seems very excited about it.
I'm so excited. John Adam Park, great indie duo from our lovely city of Philadelphia. It should be an excellent show. We're very excited for them to join us. Great music. They, like all the rest of us, are just trying to get back out there and do their thing again. So we want to see what they're up to and see where we can see them in the future.
Absolutely. Very excited to get out and see some bands. Again, we'll bring this up again for our good friends, St. Ricketts, the band that does our theme song. This Friday, Bar 13, Wilmington, Delaware, has been canceled, unfortunately due to COVID. We do have 7 or 8 new songs. Yes, we're going to be getting some brand new St. Ricketts real soon. We have a singer in the background there who's obviously singing and performing. She's not shut down. She's over to here. Phillies and Florida Marlins next Friday, the 24th. Baseball back in action.
Florida?
No, it's they're going to be here, but there's going to be no fans. There's going to be cardboard cutouts and dubbed in sounds and all that fake stuff.
Are we really going to keep people from tailgating?
They're not allowed in the stadium. How can they not? I mean, why would you want to tailgate?
I mean, so they're not allowed. And no Xfinity.
No Xfinity, no nothing. It's not going to happen. Governor Tom Wolf has spoken for the 8 millionth time. Oh, birthday shout out. I'm going to wish a very happy birthday to somebody that I announced a few weeks ago on the Yo Show. It's one of my favorite all-time Canadians, Miss Laurence Bedard. Happy birthday, Laurence! One of my absolute favorite women of all time.
Just get out of the shot real quick.
She has a million tattoos on her, but she's gorgeous. Happy birthday. I know she's a big fan of the show. She's a big fan of the show. I invited her on probably 8 times, and she has not even responded yet. We'll work on it.
My God.
What a great program. So Adam and Park next week. And in 2 weeks, we're going to try. Now, I know I've been trying to do this for a while, and I know it's going to be a little tight, but with the NHL season starting August 1st, we're going to try and maybe get our hockey guy, Mark Zamaro, in here to do a little hockey preview before it starts on August 1st. Maybe we'll talk about baseball next Wednesday as well. I'll give you my own little preview since I don't have a baseball guy lined up yet, but Mark's the hockey guy, so we'll try to get him on. Football's close, a lot of ins and outs, a lot of touchy subjects coming up there. College football has canceled their season. Most college athletics have canceled, so we'll wait and see. The NBA, again, down in Orlando in what they call the bubble. That should be starting soon. We're going to have more stuff to talk about. Have more sports. I would love more concerts. But
Something to talk about.
I know. Well, more to talk about. We got plenty to talk about. Seriously, this show can go 4 hours. If I start reading this Britney shit,
I swear to God. My sister just sent me a thing. I'm gonna have to say it because it's it's just relevant and cool and my favorite show. So, this day in the year 1995, Sailor Mars catches a cold early in the episode but gets called into action later. With no help and no prompting, she unceremoniously shows up to help Sailor Moon wearing a mask so no one else gets sick. 2020 America, be like Sailor Mars.
creepy. It cut out. It cut out.
Aww.
Or it's dimmed.
You see?
No, it's
Oh,
dimmed.
wait. Oh, this is my old phone. Sorry. See? She's wearing a mask to help
Oh
Sailor
my
Moon.
God!
Isn't that crazy?
Some of this preemptive shit just freaks you out.
Swear to God.
Got chills. Swear to God. So don't forget. Oh my God, I'm like freak now. I'm not going to be able to get out of the basement. Big congratulations to one of our previous guests from last few weeks ago, Jody Valentine. The song Too Soon, over 17,000 downloads and listens. We love it. Congratulations, Jody. That
That's
song
a pop,
kicks
man.
ass, man. I love
So
it.
good. So good.
That is a great song. She's awesome. I can't wait to get these people out and about. Susie Corey, she's got a concert going on up there in Canada, so we love her for that. Good luck, Susie.
Giving out tickets. I'm like, I wish I was in Canada to see Susie.
I agree. Again, let's get some shout outs to our previous guest, Mike Nappy, www.nappymusic.com, NAPPI music.com. Brand new Mike Nappy merchandise coming out soon. Always making new songs and videos, and he's absolutely awesome. Yeah, great guest. And again, tonight, massive thank you to tonight's guests, Kuf Knotz and Christine Elise. Don't forget the album Higher Grounds. You can find that on Spotify, Apple Music. 2 songs we played tonight, Spirit Walk, Lead the Way, Jewel Tatey. Awesome.
Amazing. I'm so happy they were able to come and be a part of this, and we're such fans, and we can't wait to get out and see those guys.
Absolutely. My brother, Robert Perini, tuned in right near the very end. He says hello. Thanks, Robert, for tuning in. We always appreciate it. We're on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock. If you miss us live, it goes right to Facebook, goes right to YouTube, so you can always catch it. Tune in. Check out the replay. Listen to great stuff me and Joel have to say. Except like and subscribe. WhatCulture.com. Unless you're one of them people that are working on Team Britney and are going to sue us or cancel us or anything of that nature. We're neutral. We don't know what she's up to. We just love her and we want her to be safe. Creepy shit. Apes. Creepy shit. But we love you, Brittany. We know Brittany watches the show religiously.
Yes.
It's hidden in her subliminal message, but you will hear her say, "Thank you, Yo Show," in her videos. She's a big fan. She supports us greatly. Don't forget again, we will be back next Wednesday, 8 o'clock, 110% live right here on the Stoop Radio Network and YouTube as we bring you local artists Adam and Park. Once again, thank you to Kuf Knotz and Christine Elise for an amazing performance tonight on the Yo Show. For the beautiful, the lovely, the amazing sister from another Mr. Jewel Tatey, the lovely little Miss Joey, our intern of the internimist. I don't even know what that means. I am Jeff the Shark Perini, wishing you all a very good night. We're going to take you out with the music, of course, of St. Ricketts with Fire Cannot Burn. Robert Perini, for you, this is the Lower Moreland Police Department. Thank you for tuning in. It's an inside joke that we all know and love. Thanks for tuning in. Everybody, thank you again for tuning in to the Yo Show. We will see you next Wednesday night. Adam and Park, our very special guest. Don't be a douche, Jewel Tatey.
Be nice to people, even the shitty ones.
Especially the shitty ones, because right now, it's mostly shitty. Do I have to? Yeah, I do have to do this too. I actually have to start the song back from the beginning. Yeah, I'm talking to myself out loud, ladies and gentlemen. Again, St. Ricketts with Fire Cannot Burn, www.stricketts.com. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next Wednesday night.
Wanted to embrace what it takes for it, pouring something to the world. Willing to erase what I'd lose for it, to accept what I assume. So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot, fire cannot searching for something, dancing for nothing, losing devotion over and over. Early bliss is the taste of it, poison deeper than you know. Kindly answer this, was the point of it just to reach new heights of love? So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot, fire cannot. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot, fire cannot burn.
Free Britney!